What's going on, everybody? Welcome to – wait, hold on. What episode are we? Are we episode 10? Double digits?
I have no idea.
All right, here we go. Run it back. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to episode 10 of the Cookie Club with JD and Dom, presented by our great friends over at Insomnia Cookies. I am Steve Gelbs. Guys, we're into the double digits now. It's starting to feel like you guys are much closer to a season taking place. From the perspective of working out, have you begun ramping up differently? Are your workouts taking on a little bit more of an intensity than they were, say, 2-3 weeks ago, JD?
Yeah. Right now what I'm doing, hitting more balls off the machine, getting ready, swinging a little bit harder, making sure I do, some more sprints, more long distance stuff. So definitely ramping it up here. Definitely getting the itch. And, the month before is kind of that, mystery of when we're going to start. But now it's becoming a little more clarity or a little more clear that it's going to start here in the next couple of weeks. So I have no idea. I don't make those decisions, but I'm just waiting for that phone call.
Same with JD said, we're starting to ramp up a little bit. Taking more, fly balls at a higher intensity, running more sprints at a higher intensity. And I'm actually having the luxury to see, some live arms. So I've been able to, get, pretty ready for the season. And, I got the itch, and I've been having the itch for a while now. And I just can't wait to, we're all back together and doing, the one thing we all love.
Dom, you get in the box against Stro at all recently?
I've seen him throw, all his bullpens, and I step in. He doesn't let me swing yet. He doesn't want it right now. So now I'm just playing. Now, Stroman, he's nasty, man, and he's locked in. I stepped in, and his stuff looked, really good. He was running cutters in on my hands and throwing sinkers down in the way. And, his ball, it really dances up at the plate, and I can see why, hitters can't barrel him up. I think I'm going to get like a 10-foot selfie stick that have a claw at the end, and I could just grab whoever's jersey I want and just rip it off like that. And then we're following all the guidelines. People are having fun. We could take pictures that way too, throw the phone on the end. And yeah, everybody's safe. So we're going to figure it out. We got to get jerseys off somehow this season.
Mm-hmm.
You guys were such a massive hit in spring training. You and Jeff McNeil, when you got mic'd up. I don't know if that's been in any discussions at all about trying to enhance the broadcast at all by miking you guys up. Is that something that has been discussed that you guys would be interested in, or is that too difficult in a regular season?
It'd be like a reality show, Steve. Just constantly. I'm telling you right now, that'd be really bad but really fun at the same time.
It's all fun in spring training because nothing matters, nothing counts. But you're joking around in the regular season, and then next thing you know, you lose the game. You're not gonna want to walk in that locker room after the game.
I know we are not going to see, at least early on, any handshakes, but it did get us thinking about the fact that you guys all have these unique handshakes with one another before the games start, but nobody ever really talks about how they come about. Can you just take us into that because these are not things that are just accidental. There's no way they can be. You have to get in a room and figure out how you're going to have these unique handshakes with each person.
I think it's just a spur of a moment with getting the handshakes. It's kind of develops over time. Maybe it takes a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. It depends on who's your partner. But me and Dom, funny story. Funny story. So we got our handshake within a couple of days to a week. And the funny story is that when I went in to go pitch hit against, who is it, Suero against the Nationals?
Yes.
Oh man, you need to go back and watch that film because we planned on having a handshake after every time we had a home run or whatnot. And if you go back and you watch that pitch hit, I think it was a 3-run home run against the Nationals. I come in at home plate, I give a fist pump to Buff, and then Damo turns around and wants me to give me the handshake, and I'm just like, I'm blacking out. I have no idea what I'm doing. We go into the dugout. He's giving me the handshake again, and I'm sitting there like brain freeze. I have no idea. And then finally, I was like, oh, he wants to do the handshake on TV. And I was like, and then we looked at the replay and everything. Yeah, it was so bad. It was so bad.
Oh, it was awful. And that is like what I love about JD is because he gets so fired up in the moment that he just blacks out and he doesn't know what he's doing. I mean, he has no idea what's going on. He doesn't know where he's at. He's on like literally Mars or something, just having his own party. And I love it because he's so fired up and it just brings me energy. But you have to go back and watch that video because it was a big home run. And like I was so fired up trying to do the handshake and like I'm trying to give him the handshake. He just comes in with a big jump and like knocks me over a little bit. I'm like, oh man, he has no idea what's going on.
You say it just comes about naturally. Like how do the really extensive ones come about naturally? Like I think Todd Frazier had a different one with every guy, right? Before the game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, there's no way that comes about naturally with every person. Todd's got to sit you down in spring training and be like, hey, Dama, we got to figure out our handshake. JD, we got to figure – that has to happen. No?
You have to just know your personnel. You have to know, like, who's creative, who you can do a long handshake with. You have to know who's simple, who really doesn't like handshakes. So if you know your personnel, you can get a good idea and then know who really wants to do a handshake. And then that's when you guys sit down and create something pretty cool.
As you guys look throughout baseball history and the record books, what in your mind is the most unbreakable record that exists?
It's a bunch. I don't think they'll break Ricky Henderson's stolen base record. I mean, pitchers hold runners way too well.
And teams don't run as much anymore, right? Like teams
don't run as much. No. I don't think people are going to break Barry Bonds' home run record.
I don't think anybody's going to come close to Cal. Just
everybody knows teams care about safety. They care about our health. So I mean, I can't see a team running us out there like that. Right. And they don't care how, like, we go in the office and say, we don't want a day off. We want to play. And they're like, no, you have to take a day off. You have to sit.
It's weird, man. Like, if you start going down the rabbit hole, there's like 10 records that feel like they can't be broken anymore. You know?
Yeah. What was the hit streak? How many games?
56. 56.
Yeah, it's been pretty close. We last like 5 years, right? We've got a couple guys that have gotten close in the minor leagues and major leagues. I know it's minor league, but it's come close. I've heard some guys get to 40 or at least something around there.
Can you imagine the pressure, though, of like getting to like 46, 47, 48, what that pressure would be like?
Oh, man. I'd be button right there.
Hey, I wouldn't even leave the locker room. I would sleep in my uniform every day. I would stay there. I'd tell my wife, hey, you gotta go home, honey. I'll see you guys when this hit streak is over.
No BP, nothing in the cage, just all dry hacks before the game. That's what it is.
I mean, the closest guy to that, it's gonna have to be on this roster. It's gonna have to be McNeil. And I would stay away from Jeff McNeil once he got to like 50, 51.
Can you imagine that? Him being like around 20 or 30 and then him going like 0 for 3?
Man.
Oh, man. Every helmet would be gone. And then every bat would be broken until he finally got that 1 for 4.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Great as always. We'll catch up again next week. For JD Davis and Dom Smith, I'm Steve Gelbs. That's the way the cookie crumbles.